the mother of one of the Marines killed in a suicide attack in Afghanistan, has invited Donald Trump to attend the funeral, snubbing President Joe Biden after slamming him as responsible for the deaths of U.S. troops. Shana Chappell, the mother of 20-year-old Lance Corporal Kareem Nikoui, invited Trump to attend his funeral in a Facebook post, writing, "It would be such an honor to meet the real President of the United States of America, President Trump. I love you and America loves you." It was not immediately clear whether Trump planned to attend the September 18 funeral in Riverside, California, but he acknowledged Chappell's invitation in a statement, saying, "Thank you Shana, our country loves you and especially loves your beautiful boy, Kareem." Chappell has been vocal in blaming Biden for the 13 troops killed during the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan, writing in another Facebook post, "The blood of all 13 of these heroes is on your hands. This is not something D3N, sick, and the rest of his corrupt administration can talk their way out of and make disappear." She wrote. This will not be forgotten. Nikoui's funeral service, which will be open to the public, is scheduled for September 18 at the Harvest Christian Fellowship in Riverside, California. Trump previously responded to Chappell's remarks in a statement on his website, after she had posted on Facebook accusing Biden of rolling his eyes at her when she confronted him during the dignified transfer at Dover Air Base. Shana, you are 100% correct. If I were president, your wonderful and beautiful son Kareem would be with you now, and so would the sons and daughters of others, including all of those who died in the vicious Kabul airport attack, Trump wrote. Civilians should have been brought out first, along with our $85 billion of equipment, with the military coming out very safely after all was clear. I love you, and I love Kareem, he added. Chappell, a Trump voter, posted frequently about her disdain for Biden, even before her son's death. Last week her Instagram account was temporarily disabled after she publicly blamed Biden for her son's death, a Facebook spokesperson has since told Daily Mail. That it was deleted incorrectly, but it won't say how the mistake came about. Chappell as well as Nikoui's father Steve Nikoui are not the only Gold Star families to speak out with harsh words for Biden. In addition to Nikoui, also killed in the August 26 attack were Navy Corpsman Max Soviak, Army Staff Sergeant Ryan Naus, and Marines Hunter Lopez, Riley McCollum, David Lee Espinoza, Jared Schmitz, Dagan Page, Taylor Hoover, Humberto Sanchez, Yohani Rosario, Dylan Merrill, and Nicole G. It saw a suicide bomber blow himself up close to Hamid Karzai International Airport's Abbey Gate, with ISIS-K gunmen subsequently opening fire on panicked survivors as they tried to flee. The U.S. service personnel and 159 civilians were killed, with more than 150 others injured by the blast. In a Tuesday interview on Fox News, the Ingraham Angle, Paula Naus, mother of the late Army Staff Sergeant Ryan Naus, demanded that someone stand up and say they will be accountable for the botched withdrawal that led to death of her son. Addressing Biden on the show, she said, "Please give me a call and let me know how I could sleep tonight, a full night, because my son didn't make it home, and it is on your watch because he was doing his job well and he counted on you to tell the troops what your desire was and he followed through with your desires. So it is on you to tell me." Naus, 23, of Tennessee, told his mother that he volunteered to join the evacuation mission in Afghanistan and that it was bound to be chaotic, but he would be home in no time. Instead, however, Paula got a dreaded call letting her know her son died in the ISIS-K attack. "The President of the United States has the ability to help our troops, have enough men and women to stay safe," she said. "In all of our history, in all of the time that we have been fighting, where did you leave these men and women but at one airport, one location, one gate to funnel thousands through? And who did you trust? You trusted our enemy to allow who would come through. What is anyone in this great nation think when they think what would happen? No one has to have a military background to know that that was not gonna go down well." She added, "There should have been a better way of helping our armed branches get those people who are American out safely, and still lose no man or woman in uniform or in Afghanistan. It should never have happened the way it did. Who is accountable for this? Who will stand up and say that they will be accountable for the death of 13 young men and women? The president made his trip to Dover Air Force Base in Delaware last weekend as the caskets of the 13 service members killed in the attack were brought back to the United States. He stood in silence, his right hand to his chest, as a succession of flag-draped transfer coffins were carried past him from a C-17 Globemaster plane. But during the ceremony, Biden appeared to jerk his left arm up and look down at his watch, drawing criticism. The 13 U.S. service members killed in the Kabul blast. Soviak was a 2017 graduate of Edison High School in Milan, Ohio, where he played football, according before eventually moving to Guam. Soviak described himself on Instagram as a patriot, and his pictures showed him enjoying an active lifestyle on boats, beaches, and mountains. He was also proud of his military service, posting photos with his fellow servicemen and commenting on photos of his friends. McCollum loved the military from the age of 3, and at the age of 18 brought his father Jim the enlistment forms to sign. He loved American history, and enjoyed wrestling, mixed martial arts, and training children in the sport. McCollum's goal after the Marines was to become a history teacher and wrestling coach, his father said. He married Gianna in the summer of 2020, and their first child is due in September. Espinosa was born in Laredo and grew up in Rio Bravo, attending Lyndon B. Johnson High School in Laredo. He joined the Marines on leaving high school. Espinosa was on his second deployment, his mother Elizabeth Holgan told Daily Mail. Adding that he was brave, and wanted to be there. Nikui had sent home a video of himself giving candy to Afghan children the day before he was killed. His father Steve said Kareem loved the Marines, and was eager to deploy to Afghanistan. Steve described his son as devoted to his career in the military, but said he was angry at Biden for the way the withdrawal was handled. Lopez was the son of a captain and a deputy in the Riverside County, California, Sheriff's Office, according to a Facebook post by Sheriff Chad Bianco. Lopez had planned on following in his parents' footsteps and becoming a deputy when he returned home. The post said, Taylor Hoover, 31, a staff sergeant in the Marines from Utah. Hoover graduated from Hillcrest High School in 2008, where he played football. He was described by family and friends as a joy and a ray of light. His father said he was his hero. Schmitz was stationed in Jordan on his first deployment and was sent to Afghanistan in recent weeks, his father said. As his parents, of course, we were terrified, Schmitz said of his son, a 2019 high school graduate. I don't have words for how upset we are. His stepmother said he loved to laugh, help his wife Alina in her garden, and enjoyed working with his hands to build things. She said he had just finished psychological operations training and was hoping to serve in Washington, D.C. Page grew up in Red Oak, Iowa, and the Omaha metro area. A longtime Boy Scout, he joined the U.S. Marine Corps after he graduated from high school, according to the statement. He enjoyed playing hockey for Omaha Westside in the Omaha Hockey Club and was a diehard Chicago Blackhawks fan. He loved hunting and spending time outdoors with his dad, as well as being out on the water. He was also an animal lover with a soft spot in his heart for dogs. The family said. Sanchez's death was announced by the mayor of Logansport. He said that Sanchez had not yet even turned 30 and still had his entire life ahead of him.